So hello friends, I once again welcome you all to this lecture series of digital electronics. Okay, and we are now trying to understand the concepts of multiplexers. In the last lecture we have actually seen how we can implement or we can create multiplexer tree. So for example, 16:1 mux can be implemented using either 8:1 or 4:1 or 2:1 mux. Okay, and that structure creates a tree. That is why it is called as multiplexer tree. Okay. Now let us extend the concepts of these multiplexers and try to combine these multiplexer concepts and combinational logic circuit concepts. Okay, so that is what today's topic is: implementation of combinational logic circuit. The circuits which we have implemented with help of K-map or Boolean algebra, SOP and POS, all those equations, all those expressions, right, that we have implemented with help of gates and reduced with help of Boolean algebra and K-map, right. So here we can actually implement that combinational logic circuit using this multiplexer. Okay, now it depends on the question or the equation or logical expression which multiplexer you are supposed to use. So looking at that equation or question, you can use any one: 2:1, 4:1, 8:1 or 16:1 multiplexer. Right, now these concepts can be taken into very much detail, in depth, but as far as our syllabus is concerned, we are not going so much in depth about this concept. A superficial view or superficial concepts will be looked into this lecture about implementation of combinational logic circuit using multiplexers. Okay, so let's see the design procedure, and with few examples and this design procedure we can actually implement this combinational circuit with multiplexer. Okay, so here you have to just recall our concepts of SOP, which corresponds to 1, and POS, which corresponds to binary 0, right. So the first step, first we identify decimal number corresponding to each min term or max term in the given expression. So suppose this expression is given to you and the question is implement the following expression, this expression using multiplexer. So first we are converting this min term max term into its corresponding decimal number. Now the first term, let us consider, or this equation is standard SOP form. Okay, so for SOP, 0 means the variable bar and 1 means variable itself. Okay, so this becomes 0 0 0, this is 1 0 1, and this is 1 1 1, which means this corresponds to 0, then 5 and 7. So our expression y equal to summation of small m 0 5 7. Okay, so if the equation is given in direct this form, then life is good. Okay, but if the equation is given in this form, just replace the min terms by its corresponding decimal numbers. Okay, very easy. The input lines of mux corresponding to these numbers, which numbers just we have derived. So here in this case it is 0 5 7. The input lines of the mux corresponding to these numbers are connected to logic 1. Since it is SOP, they corresponds to 1, right. And in case of multiplexer, now the biggest number here is 7. That is why here for this example for this example we are supposed to use 8:1 mux, or here 3 variables are given. So for 3 variables we need to go for 8:1 mux. 3 variables means 3 select lines, right? That is why 8:1 mux. Now these number or these input lines 0, 5, 7 are supposed to be connected to logic level 1. Okay, we'll see this when we actually design the circuit, but just for now understand this. All other input lines, now here since it is 8:1 we have 8 inputs, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Out of these 0, 5 and 7 are connected to 1. Okay, just we have seen in the second step. Now all the other input lines of mux are connected to logic 0. So here you see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, they are all connected to logic 0. Now one more thing here to recall is logic 1. Logic 1 means plus 5 volt DC, right? And logic 0 means 0 volt DC or grounded, right? So this is grounded. Okay, so all other inputs except these are connected to logic 0 or they are grounded, we can say this. Then the inputs or literals are connected to select lines. So these inputs A, B, C, they are considered as select lines. Okay, so these are 4 steps which are required to implement combinational logic circuit using multiplexer. Okay, so let's try to solve this example. Now the question is, implement the function f of ABC, so 3 variables. Now here it is directly given 0, 2, 4, 6 using mux. According to this step, now numbers are already given. Okay, so our first step is we can directly skip, but here we can add one more step, that is identifying which mux to be used. Now there are different ways to identify. One way here is how many input variables are given, right? Based on that, now you see here these input variables are 3, means 3 select lines, and 3 select lines means 8:1 mux, right? So this is logical part. If this is not given, this ABC is not given, then based on the highest number in this equation you can identify. This we have already discussed in our previous lectures. Okay, now you can see here the input lines of mux corresponding to this number. Which number? 0, 2, 4, 6. Now here I have used this 8:1 mux. Here we have 3 select lines A, B, C. Okay, and these 8 inputs 0 to 7 and 1 output. Now you see here input lines 0, these 0, 2, 4, 6, they are connected to plus 5 volt DC, which corresponds to logic 1, because this small m means SOP, which corresponds to logic 1, right? And then next step is all the other input lines of mux are connected to logic level 0, right? So except this 0, 2, 4, 6, all others you see here are connected to logic level 0 or they are grounded. So this 1, 3, 5 and 7, they are simply grounded. This means it is logic 0. Okay, and the inputs or literals are connected to select lines. So this is very simple solution to implement a combinational logic circuit using multiplexer. Simply you have to connect to plus 5 volt logic 1 or 0 volt logic 0. That's it. Okay, this we have talked about SOP. Consider another example. Now here implement the following function using 8:1 mux. Now in the question itself it is mentioned, or here you can see in the equation it is ABC. Now pi m means POS, which corresponds to binary 0. So given these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, they are supposed to be connected to logic 0 or grounded. Okay. So you can see here this is 8:1 mux, right? Now this is output. Now you see here 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all connected to logic 0. Right? All other inputs are connected to another logic. Now we have occupied logic 0 with the given inputs since it is POS. Now you see this 0, 5, 6, 7. They are connected to logic level 1. Very simple. Okay. And the select lines are connected to the inputs or literals, this ABC. Okay, so if a question is asked to implement using 8:1 mux, it is very easy. Okay, so this diagram will give you simply full marks. If this question is for 4 marks, you will get that 4 marks. Okay, so this is from the exam point of view, but understanding from the logic point of view is, again, it's very easy. Okay, now let me a bit twist this question. Now once you have understood these concepts, so you can have a question, a simple question like implement full adder using 8:1 mux. Okay, so in the exam you simply have this question for say 8 marks, 6 marks, you can consider the question for 6 marks. Implement full adder using 8:1 mux. That's it. Or just to make a bit complicated, the question can be implement full adder using multiplexer. Now here we need to first form the expression and then identify which multiplexer is supposed to be used. Now logically, full adder has 3 inputs, right? 3 inputs means 3 select lines. That is why we are supposed to use 8:1 multiplexer to implement full adder circuit. Okay, now this has 2 inputs. Sorry, so this has 3 inputs and 2 outputs. Okay, so we have seen output for the sum and output for carry. Now according to logic, when I provide these input combination, I should get 2 outputs, sum and carry. That is why here 2 8:1 mux are required. One is for sum and another is for carry, because sum also has 8 input combinations and carry also has 8 input combination. Right, so I need to first form the equation. So y, or for sum is equal to, let us consider SOP. Sum is equal to summation of what numbers here, and carry equal to summation of small m, again what numbers we have here. Now this depends on the entries of the sum column and carry column. Okay, for that we can just recall the concepts of binary addition. Binary addition, right? So let's try to fill these columns. So 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0 is sum is 0, carry is 0. So 0 plus 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 plus 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. This 1 plus 1, just remember 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. So sum is 0, carry is 1. This is 1, 0, 0, 1. 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is 1. And triple 1, sum is 1, carry is 1. Okay, now just look at these entries of sum. Now if I put here decimal numbers, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. Now which decimal number corresponds to binary 1 for the sum column? So it is 1, 2, 4 and 7. Right? 1, 2, 4 and 7. Now this is the equation for sum. This is 1:1 marks. Now which number corresponds to binary 1 for carry column? It is 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now these are two equations. One equation is for sum, another equation is for carry. And you can see we have taken here 2, this is 8:1 marks, and this is second 8:1 marks. Now this is for sum. Okay, now here you can see we have 1, 2, 4 and 7. They are connected to plus 5 volt. Right, all other this inputs for first 8:1 marks. Now here we are talking about sum only, not about carry. So don't get confused here. So all other inputs of sum are supposed to be connected to ground. Okay, so we have this 0, then 3, 5 and 6. So they all are connected to this ground. So logic 0. Okay, this is about sum. Now what about carry? For carry we have this 3, 5, 6, 7. They are connected to logic level 1. Now you can separately put this, or you can directly connect this to logic 1. Okay, and all other inputs of carry column you can connect to this logic 0, which is 0, 1, 2, 4. All these are connected to logic 0. Okay, and here you can see we have this S0, S1, S2, right? Now they are connected to S2 is C, this is B and this is A. Now just see, take any combination, this combination, let's say this combination 0, 1, 1. So A is 0, 1, 1. 0, 1, 1 means 3. Right? 3. Now 3 for this sum is 0. Right? So this 3 is connected to 0. So this sum output is 0. And for carry it is 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. This 3 is connected to 1. So this 1 carry is 1. Okay. you can try any other combination, say 1 0 0 or 1 0 1. So 1 0 1 means 5. So again 5 is connected to ground. So this output is routed, this input is routed to output as sum equal to 0, and 5 here is 1, this routed as carry equal to 1. So you can see how logically all these things are actually interconnected, right? So this is how a simple question of implement full adder using multiplexer can be solved. Okay, for that you need to first derive these equations, two equations, since it has two outputs. Okay, so you can take one assignment of this question. Try to answer this question. Implement full subtractor using multiplexer. Okay, so this is all about multiplexers. Now in the next lecture we will go for its opposite or counterpart, that is demultiplexer, demux, which is demultiplexer, right? Mux means n is to 1 and demultiplexer means it is opposite, that is 1 is to n, which has only one input and n outputs. Now outputs are a number of outputs. So here we can have 1 is to 2, 1 is to 4, 1 is to 8, 1 is to 16. Some of the concepts are again correlated with multiplexers and demultiplexers. Like if we consider 1 is to 2 or 2 is to 1, then for both of these one select lines is required. For 8 is to 1 and 1 is to 8, 3 select lines. 3 select lines are required. So in the next lecture we'll actually go for the concepts of demux. Okay, the same we'll have demultiplexer concepts, then demux tree, and implementing combinational circuits using demultiplexers. Okay, till then have a nice time. Thank you.